Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Michelle Fondin. I'm the author of the new book, Heal Yourself, A Return to Wholeness, the Integration of Body, Mind, Soul, and Spirit. I'm also the author of Twin Flame Romance, The Journey to Unconditional Love. All of my books are available in paperback, Kindle, and Audible books. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for subscribing below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications, and thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. I do readings, 30, 60, and 90-minute readings. Romance, life, path, and purpose. Twin Flame, you can book that at my website, fondinwellness.com. This is the weekly Twin Flame Tarot reading. Messages for Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and the couple. Today is Monday, December 28th, 2020. We are rounding the bend, nearing the end of 2020. Hooray! How have you been feeling this week, Twin Flame? I have been really well. I have family in town for this holiday season, which is amazing and wonderful. So it's been wonderful spending some time with family members and just doing some of the traditional things. Whereas, of course, 2020 has been a very non-traditional year, so it's felt super duper good. Very excited for New Year's Eve, very excited for the new year, January 1st, 2021. And of course, this reading will carry you all the way through Sunday, January 3rd, 2021. We have, of course, the full moon in Cancer tomorrow, December 29th, 2020, and December 30th, just depending on where your time zone is. So we are going to say a blessing over the reading, per usual, and you can center yourself, consider the prayer, the blessing, as well as the choosing of the tarot and oracle cards as sort of a meditative process. And that's what I like to look at it as. Many of you like to jump ahead to the revealing of the reading, but what I always like to say is this is a really good time for you to center yourself, to do a little bit of silence and meditation, to just kind of bring that energy and reel it in so that you can stay positive and open to receiving the messages that you must receive today. So dear God, Jesus, Holy Spirit, Mother Mary, Archangels, Angels of God, Twin Flames, Guardian Angels, let this reading be of the highest light and love of God the Father. Let it bring light, love, and truth to everyone involved. Archangel Michael, please stand guard, casting away any lower energies with your sword of light. Romance angels and Twin Flame angels, please help Twin Flames to understand their energy. The energetic read for this week, starting today, Monday, December 28th, 2020. So we're going to start with the beautiful Divine Feminine collective here. And this is the Angel Tarot deck. We're going to pick one tarot card. We're going to pick two oracle cards for the Divine Feminine, Divine Masculine, and the couple. So let's just go ahead and start. Divine Feminine's Guardian Angels. What do Divine Feminines need to know this week to learn and to grow? What do they need to be aware of? All right, we are using the Angel Therapy deck here. We're going to pick from the Angel Therapy deck right here. And this is for Divine Feminines. We are also using the deck that my sister and I created. This is currently on Kickstarter. You can pledge below if you'd like this deck. And this is the World of Answers Oracle. Here we go. And usually jumping cards I do pick, however, I had barely picked up this deck and I did not shuffle it. So that's why I did not take the initial jumping card. I know some of you are readers as well. So typically, yes, I do take jumping cards, but since this wasn't even shuffled, I just decided to shuffle it a few times before. This is for Divine Feminines and the Divine Feminine Collective. We're going to now move on over to Divine Masculines, the Divine Masculine Guardian Angels. In this collective, what do Divine Masculines need to know this week to learn and grow? What's happening this week? Moving on into the debut of 2021. So that we're going to take Angel Therapy cards for DMs, Divine Masculines in this collective. As I always say every week, This is a general reading. So what does that mean? It means that I am reading for a collective. I'm reading for thousands of people. And as such, as I read for thousands of people, the particular reading may or may not pertain to you. So it might pertain in part, it might not pertain this week. If you're tuned into my channel via happenstance, then generally speaking, there is a message in it for you. If you're just a wonderful subscriber and faithful to my channel and my videos, then there are weeks that it may apply to you just in part, but don't take it to heart if there's a message and you just don't feel like it applies to you or your twin flame situation, because when you're reading for such a large collective, it's very difficult to have something extremely specific for a specific person. Sometimes it does happen, but it doesn't always happen that way. We're going to pick for the twin flame couple as well. We are going to pick for the twin flame couple as well. We're going to get an angel therapy card for the twin flame couple. And we are going to get a world of answers oracle card for the twin flame couple. And let's just see what angelic messages want to help the twin flame couple to understand for this week. We also pick from the romance deck. So we've got the romance deck here. We're going to pick a romance message for twin flames for this week. Romance angels, please help twin flames to understand what is the romantic message for this week. What is the energy and romance for twin flames in this collective for this week? We also get the messages of love. We take one from this, and generally what this does is it helps to enhance or slightly change the meaning of the romance energy for the twin flame couple for this week, and things that they need to know to learn and to grow. Because of course, what are messages? They're not simply predictions. They're not simply just telling your fortune, as some people might refer to it as. I look at it as opportunities for awakening and growth, because what is a heads up on your life? A heads up on your life, a sneak peek into your life, into your energy, is a heads up to what to look out for. Maybe something to learn and grow from. Maybe something to, heed a warning that might be coming your way, meaning like, if you are in very challenging energy, then the warning is don't get caught up in that challenging energy. Learn how to transcend that energy. So we are getting messages from DM to DF in this collective. So this is what is in the DM's heart space. So DM, in your heart space, what do you need to tell your DF? Here we go. We are going to pick for the goddesses first. I love this. So this message for the Divine Feminine collective, whether you are a Divine Feminine in a feminine female body or whether you are a Divine Feminine in a masculine body, this message is for you. And it comes in two parts, seriously. It's been often like that, as this energy in the universe is shifting, changing, and moving. So this energy, especially the full moon. So full moon energy is about releasing something that you no longer need. It is about clearing things from the past. Now, the full moon in Cancer, because the moon is where it feels at home in Cancer. So that means Cancer is a very emotional sign, and the full moon on top of that in Cancer, it means that this is a very emotional time. And what we are looking at here for this week, starting this week, is emotional release, because we have the release card and we have the improving emotional health card. So certainly for Divine Feminines in this collective, as we begin this week and as we move toward the 30th, because I said in some time zones, December 29th is the full moon in Cancer. For some time zones, it is December 30th full moon in Cancer. Just depends on where you are on the planet, but it definitely starts out the 28th, the 29th, and the 30th. Definitely starts out with this deep emotional release. This is you releasing things that have been bogging you down emotionally from your past. When in your past? Anywhere in your past. And it's about completely letting go and releasing of those old emotional patterns and releasing, of course, those emotional setbacks that may have happened throughout 2020 and before 2020, especially when it comes to your twin flame connection. So thinking about that this week, thinking about that at least for the first 3 days of this week, what are the emotional patterns? What are the emotional wounds that I have yet to release, and how am I going to create a ritual in order to release them? Next, which I really love, for the second half of the week, we have the Chariot card, number 7, which means you're on your right life path. What does this tell me? This tells me that as you are releasing the emotional baggage that you've been strapped to, that it will be time to manage the masculine and feminine energies within you in order to be able to successfully move forward on your right life path. This is very much for me when I do personal readings for twin flames. This is very much a twin flame card. It is one of the twin flame cards because it's feminine energy, it's masculine energy, it's yin energy, it's yang energy. As you see the charioteer here, who is represented by Archangel Metatron in this deck, is very much managing the black and the white horse, which is representative of those polar opposite energies. And as he is managing those polar opposite energies, which can seem unwieldy, because when you're trying to manage two completely polar opposite energies and create the energy to help them to move forward, it can seem a little challenging at times, right? So it is about managing and balancing those polar opposite energies to be able to successfully move forward. And that is what Divine Feminines are working on and learning this week. By the end of this week, you should really understand how do I move forward with this energy. I love it. Now, just like Divine Feminines, Divine Masculines have a similar 2-part message for this week. We have got a similar sense of emotional stuckness when we start this week. And as we finish the week, it is a similar energy of moving forward on a track, moving forward. So the first thing that we got was 9 of Air with the Parents card. 9 of Air with the Parents card. Now, what is 9 of Air? 9 of Air is the card of great worry, sleepless nights. This could indicate some anxiety, some emotional turmoil as well. And I do understand that there has been a lot of emotional turmoil. And many of you, Divine Masculines, have been worried about your parents. You've been worried about perhaps aging parents as we move through this pandemic. Parents that are perhaps over the age of 65 or 70, as an example, who may be very susceptible to illness, who may be susceptible. And this balance that you've had to manage throughout 2020 is seeing them or not seeing them based on their safety. This is just one example. I know there are many other examples in this, but we have seen before that Divine Masculine has struggled with relationship, especially with mom in this. There may be some stuff with dad, but we have seen Divine Masculine struggling with a mother who was either controlling or didn't want to let DM go, or maybe kept them in a holding pattern of guilt or shame or blame, or kind of keeping them in this pattern of, I don't want you to leave me because I need you to take care of me, those kinds of things. And this can get through the process of what has been holding them back in the past, Divine Masculines, if you keep a positive mindset. And really, to reverse this energy, it's like positive thoughts create those positive results. It's not good for you to stay in negative thinking patterns when it comes to your parents, but flip it around so it doesn't become a self-fulfilling prophecy where you're so worried that you get yourself so worked up that you start to say things or do things that just may not be putting you or your parents in the best mindset, because of course when you're in a worried mindset and they're in a worried mindset, it just exacerbates the fears. And what you want to do is help to reverse that by getting yourself first in a very positive and uplifting mindset, so that you're thinking of the positivity, you're thinking of the possibilities, the infinite possibilities of the universe, versus like, it's all doom and gloom, right? It's not all doom and gloom, guys. It's really not. As much as there is doom and gloom, there is an equal part that is positive, uplifting, hope for the future. So it's your job, DMs, to reverse that energy within yourself first, in order to help your relatives, to help your loved ones, to not be in that worry energy, to not be in that doom and gloom energy. It's your job to do that. And when you do that for yourself first, you will be back on the right track. I really like that, because we've got right track, which is about forward moving motion, and the same thing with the Chariot card for divine feminines. And I feel like, see, there's a road here, right? What do you do on a road? You move forward on a road. When you're in a car on a road, you move forward. You don't move backward, and you don't stay stationary, right? Because you will block traffic. And I really feel that the road ahead for DMs is to stay in this positive mindset, to really get out of this worry, anxious energy, and to turn things around, for yourself first and foremost. And in addition to that, we're talking about you being able to be a beacon of light, divine masculines, not only for your DF, your divine feminine, but also for yourself, your family, and the world. Okay, so that's where you're headed. That is your right life path. It's not to stay rooted in this worry or anxious ridden energy. And what I love about this is that the twin flame couple message, to enhance the message that I gave to both DF and the DMs, which is amazing. The first card we got, which is lovely, is the Six of Water, which is very much a twin flame card. This is the Six of Cups. The rekindling of past relationships, the rekindling of childhood relationships or past life relationships. This is very much a romance card, or it can indicate a romance card. And it's beautiful, because for many of you, by the end of this week, by the end of, well, it's really the end of 2020, but by the beginning of 2021, which this week ends in the reading, of course. This week ends with January 3rd. And by the end of this week, January 3rd, 2021, some of you, if not many of you, will be coming into a rekindling with this twin flame relationship. And here is why I say that, because we have a manifestation power card and a take action card, which is amazing. What is manifestation? It is the inner result of your thoughts that manifests into the outer world. What is manifestation in the outer world? It's action, right? It's action, it's movement. Just like we saw in the Chariot card, like we saw on the right track card, it is what is going on inside of me. Inside of me, if there are positive thoughts, if there is the visualization of the future that I want to co-create with God, and then how does that manifest on the outside? It manifests as action. There is a quote that I have in my intentions and desires list, and for the life of me, I cannot remember who wrote this quote, but the quote goes something like this, that what you want also wants you, but you need to move forward with action to receive it. And it's this thing of getting yourself in motion. But of course, it starts with your inner dialogue. It starts with your inner thoughts. If your inner dialogue and your inner thoughts are polluted, then of course what's going to manifest on the outside of you is also going to be polluted. But if you can tame your thoughts and allow your thoughts to formulate the intentions and desires of that which you wish to co-create, then your outward manifestation and also your outward actions through manifesting will create the positive results that you seek. Now, it looks great, 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 great for the twin flame couple. In this, that this is a time of manifestation of your deepest driving desires when it comes to the twin flame couple. So obviously, keep your thoughts positive when it comes to you, when it comes to your twin flame, when it comes to your situation. We've got the law of attraction, which is very similar to manifestation power. I love this because, again, the message is clear. In order for you to attract that which you desire, you need to have that attractive energy within yourself, meaning, again, appreciation, gratitude, positive thinking, positive results. And you also get support. Lean on your inner circle for support. So if you find that you are drowning in a sea of emotions, twin flame, and you have a hard time keeping your thoughts, vibrations, energy positive through this week, throughout this time, it'll be time for you to lean on somebody in your inner circle to help you with that. Now, that could be a best friend, it could be a family member, it could also be a psychotherapist or someone who can help you along those lines. But I really feel the greater message here is, gosh, it just throughout, it's about correcting what is inside here, what is inside your mind in order to manifest this beautiful relationship on a speeded up timetable, because I know many of you have been waiting, and as you're waiting longer and longer and longer through this process, I know for certain that it can get really tough. And then that negative thinking starts to creep in. But the urgent message this week is to not let it, to reverse those negative thoughts, to release the anxiety, and to move more toward a positive way of thinking through your manifestation power, guys. This is through your power of manifestation. The other thing I wanted to say about this is, if you do not have, and I say this in many of my videos, if you do not have a meditation practice, it is essential for you to have a meditation practice in order to accomplish all of the work set out for you in this reading and in other readings and in the twin flame journey. And I do have an online meditation course on Kajabi. I will put the link below. But if you have zero meditation practice, I would say it's time to get started, and a great goal for the new year as well. So as we see, DM is still in this negative thinking patterns. This week, it's been tough. This week will be tough for both DM and DF, having to let go of some emotional baggage and releasing, but by the end of the week, things will be better emotionally as we move out of the energy of the Cancer full moon energy. If anyone here, if you're a Cancer, or if you know a Cancer, or who has a moon in Cancer, and I think in my chart, I have my moon in Cancer. Cancer moon and Cancer rising and Cancer sun are really emotional people, and being really, really emotional people, they can be sometimes difficult to deal with because of the ups and downs of their emotions. So especially if you have a Cancer moon, which again, I do, this week is going to be a little bit of a challenge, or if you're rising Cancer, or if you have your sun in Cancer. So DMs are saying, I wonder if you're happy without me and you don't know how hard it was to let you go. They are needing this energy, they are needing to release the past too. So we have this, the 9 of air that is keeping them in that worry mode, thinking things through, in particular at night, like in the middle of the night, where the DMs are waking up in the middle of the night at 2, 3 a.m. and going over the recordings of past conversations with their DFs, past happenings with their DFs, and they're like regretting it. They're regretting it big time. And everyone involved just needs to release that, release the past, put it to rest, let it go, release the emotional baggage, put it to rest, let it go, so we can all move forward on the right track, manifesting through our deepest driving desires, and be able to move forward once again with this twin flame relationship. So I hope this was crystal clear for you. For me, it was certainly crystal clear. I hope you have a wonderful and happy New Year's celebration. I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for subscribing to my channel below. Click on that bell, scroll up to all for all notifications. And thank you for giving the video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for sharing this video with other twin flames. And thank you guys for supporting my YouTube channel. You can buy a book or 2 or 3. You can also pledge your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin, and I'll see you in the next video.